Welcome back, grade 6 to Nelson Math, chapter 10, section 4, dividing by tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Let's do a quick review on this using our place value charts. Please use the place value charts when completing this. It may help you, it may help to visualize what you are doing. So we're going to start off with a previous grade here. Let's do 50 divided by 10. So I've written my 50 right here in my 5 tens and 0 ones. So if I'm going to make this divided by 10, I'm going to have to take my number of tens, and that when I divide it by 10, my tens become ones. So I'll just write it down here. So 50 divided by 10, I can move my tens number from here to here. I move it over to the right because the number is getting smaller, and my 0 becomes a 0. So 50 divided by 10 is 5. That's one way of doing it. I'm just going to erase these numbers here to make it easier for me beneath. Now we're getting to a slightly larger number. So to review, 4,500 divided by 100. If I was dividing by 10, the numbers would move to the right by one column. But I'm dividing by 100. So the numbers are moving to the right by two columns. So this 4,000s moves over two columns and becomes 4 tens. My 500s moves over two columns and becomes 5 ones. My 0 and my 0 just carry over, and I can put them down like that. So 44,500 divided by 100 is 45. So when we divide, a reminder that all of our numbers are moving to the right because they're getting smaller. Let's move on to the grade 6 math. So I've here written 8.1 divided by 10. That's right here. So I'm dividing by 10. That means these numbers are going to move to the right by one column. So my 8, which is in the ones column, is going to move to the tenths column. So we have 8 tenths, and my 1, which is in the tenths column, is going to be moving to my hundredths. So my answer here is 0.81. In other words, 81 hundredths, or 8 tenths, 1 hundredths, or 0.81. Like that. Let's move on to our next question. 45.4 is my 45.4 divided by 100. 45.4 divided by 100. Because I'm dividing by 100, each of my digits will move to the right by two columns. If it's divided by 10, it moves to the right by one column. If it's divided by 2, it moves to the right by two columns. So this 4 tens becomes 4 tenths. This 5 ones becomes 5 hundredths. And this 4 tenths becomes 4 thousandths. So our quotient is 0.454. In other words, 4 tenths, 5 hundredths, 4 thousandths. And that's another way of showing that one. Our last one here with our largest numbers, 3,390 divided by 10,000. So I've written down here my 3,390 as 3 thousands, 3 hundreds, 9 tens, 0 ones, 0 tenths. Because I'm dividing by 10,000, let's see how many columns we have to move it over. So if we're dividing by 10, we move it over to the right 1. For dividing by 100, we move to the right by 2. For dividing by 1,000, we move to the right by 3. And if we're dividing by 10,000, we move to the right by 4. So this 3,000s, we're moving to the right by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my 3,000s becomes 3 tenths. My 300ths becomes, my 300s becomes 3 hundredths. My 9 tens becomes 9 thousandths. And if we wanted to carry it out, they're both zeros here, but if we wanted to carry it out, we would have another column of 10 thousandths, and that would be 0 10 thousandths, and then another column of 0 100 thousandths. But we don't need to write that one down. because they're both zeros here. So 0.339 is our quotient. When completing this section, grade 6, you are more than welcome to use the calculator to check your answer. I would ask you please to kindly make sure that you make notice of a couple of things. One would be make notice of a properly created place value chart. It's very helpful. Next, notice that the digits of the first number that we're dividing by 10, 100, or 10,000, or 1,000, or whatever it is, these digits always stay in the same order. They only move columns. So let's take this one right here, 3,390. It's 339. Notice my digits, 339. The digits always stay in the same order. They don't shuffle around for our order. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.